Okay, fine. See. So let us start the next topic under the module 3, that is masonry arches. So in the previous class, we have completed lintel, chazza, canopy, then one more, portico, balcony, lintels. So we have completed lintel portion, chazza, balcony, then portico, canopy. So let us start a next topic under the module 3, that is masonry arches. Anybody know the definition of masonry arches? Meaning of arch, particularly masonry arch. It means the arches which are made with stones or bricks, not with RCC. Anybody? Just look at the figure. Look at the pictures, you will get some idea. Where you provide the arches, what is the necessity of providing these arches? Why you provide the arches? Where you provide the arches? And what are the components of arches? Various parts of the arches. Anybody know the definition of masonry arch? Here we are studying only masonry arch. It means the arch which is made with only stones or bricks, not with RCC. Hence the name masonry arch. Just look at the figure. Okay, coming to the definition of masonry arch. See, an arch is a structure which is constructed to span across an opening. It generally consists of small wedge-shaped units which are joined together with the mortar. Okay, so arch is a structure which is constructed to span across an opening. It is generally consists of small wedge-shaped units which are joined together with the mortar. Okay, so most commonly the arches are provided across an opening. Okay, so these arches are provided across an opening, and these arches are generally made with the small wedge-shaped units. Okay, here units may be stones or bricks. Okay, these arches, these masonry arches are made with the small wedge-shaped units. Here the units may be bricks or stones. Okay, and these units are joined together by using mortar. Okay, arch is the component or structure which is most commonly provided across an opening, and it is consist of stones or bricks which are joined together by using the mortar. That is the arch. Okay, arch is the structure or structural component which is commonly provided across an opening, and it is consist of units. It means it is consist of stones or bricks which are joined together by using the binding agent mortar. Okay, so this is the definition of arch. It is provided across an opening, and it consists of stones or bricks which are joined together by using the binding agent, that is mortar. Okay, just look at the figure. These are the, so this is the parts of the masonry arch and its parts. Okay, just look at the figure. Okay, and these are the stones. Okay, wedge shaped stones. Okay, so here the arch portion is made with the wedge-shaped stones or bricks. Okay, just look at the figure. This is the portion of the arch. This one, curved portion. Okay, so this one is the arch portion. So this portion is made with the wedge-shaped stones or bricks, and these stones are joined together by using the binding component, that is mortar. Okay, so this is the This curved portion is known as arch. Okay, and these two are the supports. Okay, these two are the arch supports, and this curved portion. All of you look at the figure. This curved portion of an arch, this curved portion is known as arch, and this one is made with the wedge-shaped stones or bricks, and these stones or bricks are joined together by using the binding component, that is mortar. Okay, that is the mixture of cement, sand, and water. Okay, that mortar is used to join the stones or bricks with each other. Okay, so look at this figure. This curved portion is known as arch. It may be made with stones or bricks. Okay, and these two are the supports, arch supports, and this curved portion is known as arch. Okay, may be made with stones or bricks. Hence the name masonry arch, the arch which is made with masonry components. What are the masonry components? One is stone or bricks. Another one is brick. Look at the picture, and this is the portion of arch. This curved portion is known as arch. These two are the supports, arch supports. And this one is, so this curved portion is the arch. It may be made with stones or bricks. Here, this one is made with the bricks. And these two are the abutments or piers or supports of an arch. And this one is also made with the stones. And in third picture also, the arch portion is made with the stones. Okay. Now coming to the various parts of the arches. Okay. Now we can discuss one by one various parts of arches. Coming to the first one. What is the first part of an arch? Intrados. Okay. The first part is intrados. What is intrados in the arch? This is the inner curve of an arch. The inner curve of an arch is known as intrados. Okay. The inner curve of an arch is known as intrados. Just look at the figure. All of you look at the figure. This inner curve of an arch portion. This is the arch portion, and this inner curve is known as intrados. Okay, the whole arch portion is made with two curves. One is external curve, another one is inner curve. Okay, this inner curve of an arch is known as intrados. Is it clear? So this is the inner curve of an arch. This inner curve is known as intrados of an arch. Okay, so this is the first part of an arch, and the second one is extrados. So this is the external curve of an arch. Okay, just look at the figure. So this arch portion is made with two curves. One is inner curve, another one is external curve. This external curve of an arch is known as extrados. Okay, extrados, and this inner curve of an arch is known as intrados. Is it clear? So whole arch portion is made with the two curves. One is inner curve, second one is external curve. That external curve is known as extrados, and inner curve of an arch portion is known as intrados. Okay. And the third part is soffit. Okay. This is the inner surface of the arch. It's not an inner curve. This is the inner surface of the arch. There is a difference between the intrados and the soffit. Okay, here there is a difference between the intrados and the soffit. This intrados is the inner curve of an arch, but the soffit is inner surface of an arch. Okay, just look at the figure. Okay, so this inner curve of an arch is known as intrados, but the bottom surface of an arch is known as soffit. Okay, coming to the third figure. Okay, just look at the first figure in this slide. So first picture in this slide, just look at the first picture in this slide. So this is the inner curve of an arch. Okay, this one is known as intradose, but the bottom surface, okay, this bottom surface, this is the surface. This is the bottom surface or inner surface of an arch is known as soffit. It's not a curve, it is the surface. The bottom surface of an arch portion is known as soffit. Is it clear? Here there is a difference between soffit and intradose. Intradose is the inner curve of an arch. Okay. So this is the inner curve. Okay. This inner curve is known as intradose, but the inner surface or bottom surface of the arch is known as soffit. Okay, and this soffit is having the dimension, but the intradose is not having a dimension. Okay, intradose just it's a curve line. Okay, the intradose is the curve line of an arch. Okay, but the soffit is the inner surface of an arch. The soffit is having the suitable dimension, but the intradose is not having such a dimension. Just it's a curve line. Is it clear? Difference between the intradose and the soffit. Soffit is the bottom surface of an arch or inner surface of an arch. So this is the bottom surface. Okay, and this is the inner curve. Okay, the curve line, one curve line, okay, at the bottom of the arch, that is the intradose. Okay, and the next, osers. What are the osers? Okay, so here the osers are these are the wedge-shaped units forming the courses of an arch. Okay, these are the wedge-shaped units forming the courses of an arch. Those are known as osers. So it means the units, it may be bricks or stones which are used to construct the arches. Those bricks or stones are known as osers. And these stones or bricks used for the construction of the arches are having the shape wedge. Okay, these wedge-shaped bricks or stones used for the construction of an arch are known as osers. Okay, so coming to the, so just look at the first picture. So this arch portion is made with wedge-shaped stones. Okay, these stones are known as osers. Okay, the wedge-shaped stones or bricks which are used to construct the arch portion, those are known as osers. Okay, so here this arch portion is made with wedge-shaped stones. Okay, these stones are known as osers. Okay, here the osers are nothing but materials or units, sorry, the units, it may be stones or bricks, are known as osers. The stones or bricks used for the construction of an arch portion are known as osers. Okay, so in the figure, in this line diagram, okay, these are the osers. Just look at the figure. Look at the arch portion. This arch portion may be made with stones or wedge-shaped bricks. And these bricks or stones are known as osers. Osers are the stones or bricks used to construct the arch portion. Those are known as osers. So here, these are the osers. These are the units. It may be stones or bricks, but these stones or bricks having the shape of wedge. Okay. Coming to the next part of an arch, that is skewback. Okay. Skewback. So this skewback is the inclined surface. Okay. It is the inclined surface from which curve of an arch starts. Okay, I'm repeating one more time. This skewback is the inclined surface from which curve of an arch begins or starts. Okay. I'm repeating one more time. This Skewback is the inclined line or inclined surface from which curve of an arch begins or starts. Okay, that one is that inclined surface is known as Skewback. Okay, Skewback is the inclined surface or inclined line. From that line, the curve of an arch starts or begins. Okay, that inclined surface is known as Skewback. Okay, so look at the figure. Okay, here look at the figure. This is the Skewback. All of you look here. So this inclined line or inclined surface. Okay, this inclined surface or inclined line is known as Skewback. Okay, from this line or from this surface, the curve of an arch starts or begins on both the sides. Okay, here totally we have two Skewbacks. Okay, so this is the Skewback. Okay, on both the sides we have two inclined surface. Okay, those are known as Skewback. From this inclined surface, the curve of an arch begins or starts. Okay, that inclined surface is known as Skewback. Is it clear? So this is this inclined surface or inclined line. From this surface, the curve of an arch begins. Okay, that inclined line is known as Skewback in the arch. Okay, let's look at the second figure. Oh, this is the inclined line. Okay, so this is the inclined surface or inclined line. From this point, the curve of an arch starts or begins is known as Skewback. That inclined surface is known as Skewback. Okay, it means this inclined surface is the starting point, starting surface for the curve of an arch. Okay, that is the Skewback. Any doubts on this Skewback? Just it's a inclined line or inclined surface. From this surface, curve of an arch begins or starts. Okay, that is the Skewback. And the next one is the next part of an arch, that is crown. Okay, what is crown? This is the highest point on the extrados. Okay, crown is the highest point on the extrados. What do you mean by extrados? Extrados means the external curve of an arch is known as extrados. The highest point or maximum point on the extrados is known as crown. Okay, coming to the figure. Yes. So this arch portion is made with two curves. This is the external curve. This one is inner curve. This inner curve is known as intrados. This external curve is known as extrados. Okay. So then definition, what is the definition of crown? Crown is the highest point on the extrados, maximum point on the extrados. So this is the extrados. This external curve of an arch is known as extrados. The maximum point on this extrados is this one. Okay, this is the maximum point of external curve. This maximum point on the external curve of an arch is known as crown. Okay, crown of an arch. Is it clear? So this is the maximum point or highest point on the external curve of an arch. That one is known as, that highest point on the external curve of an arch is known as crown. Okay, the external curve of an arch is nothing but extrados. It means maximum point, highest point on the extrados is known as crown. Okay, and next part is key. Okay, this is the wedge-shaped unit at the crown of an arch. Okay, the unit, the stone, the wedge-shaped stone or brick which is provided at the crown is known as key. Is it clear? The wedge-shaped unit or stone which is provided at the point of crown. At the point of crown, that one is known as key. Okay, just look at the picture. Look at the first picture in this slide. Okay, so this one, this is the highest point on the external curve. That one is known as crown. Okay, so this is the external curve of an arch. The highest point on the external curve of an arch is known as extrados. Okay, crown. Wedge-shaped stone or brick which is provided at the crown is known as key. Okay, this wedge-shaped stone. All of you look at the first picture in this slide. Okay, this wedge-shaped stone provided at the crown point is known as key. Okay, key. Is it clear? So this is the crown point. It means maximum point on the external curve of an arch. Okay, the unit, the stone or brick, that is wedge-shaped stone or brick provided at the crown point is known as key. Okay, key element of an arch. Okay, key. So this one is the key. Okay, so coming to the other picture. So this one, this is the key. This is the crown point. Okay, maximum point. It means the stone, wedge-shaped stone or brick which is provided at the maximum point of an arch. That stone is known as key. Okay, key in the arch. Okay, so this stone, the wedge-shaped stone. Okay, and this stone having the dimension more compared to remaining stones or remaining wedge-shaped bricks, and this key is having the dimension, having more dimension compared to remaining stones. Okay, and this wedge-shaped stone provided at the crown point is known as key. Okay, and the next part is springing points. Okay, what are the springing points? So springing points are the points from which curve of an arch springs. Okay, springing points are the points from which curve of an arch springs. It means springing points are the points from which curve of an arch begins or starts. Okay, those points are known as springing points. Okay, here there is a difference between the skewback and springing points. Okay, don't confuse skewback and springing points. This is the inclined surface or inclined line. From this line, curve of an arch starts or begins. Okay, this is the surface and these are the points. Okay, the point from which the curve of an arch begins, those are known as springing points. The surface from which the curve of an arch begins, that one is known as skewback. Okay, don't confuse skewback and springing points. Springing points are the points from which curve of an arch begins or starts. Okay, these are the points. Okay, and this skewback is the surface, one inclined surface. From that surface, the curve of an arch begins. Okay, so here the springing points are the points from which curve of an arch begins. Okay, just look at the figure. Okay, see here. So this is the springing point. Here we have two springing points, this one and this one. Okay, just all of you look at the figure. This is the springing point. This is the springing point. This inclined surface is the skewback. This is the skewback. And this is the springing point. From this point, the curve of an arch going to begin. Okay, from this point, the curve of an arch is going to begin. Okay, those points on either side are known as springing points. Is it clear? Springing points are the points from that point, the curve of an arch going to begin. Okay, springing points are those points from which the curve of an arch going to begin. Okay, so These two are the springing points. Here we have two springing points. Okay. So from these 2 points, the inner curve of an arch going to begin or going to start. Okay. So the starting point of an arch is known as springing points. The starting surface of curve of an arch are known as skewbacks. Okay. So this is the starting surface for the curve of an arch. That starting surface is known as skewback. Okay. But the starting point of an arch is known as springing points. This is the surface, skewback is the surface, and these two are the springing points. Okay, don't confuse springing points and skewback. So the next point, abutment. Okay, abutment, this is the end support of an arch. Okay, end support of an arch is known as abutment. Okay, and piers means these are the intermediate supports of an arch. Okay, intermediate supports of an arch are known as piers, and abutment means end supports of an arch are known as abutments. Okay, don't confuse abutment and piers. Okay, abutments are the end supports of an arch, and piers are the intermediate supports. Piers are the intermediate supports, and abutments are the end supports. Okay, coming to the picture, you will get the clear idea. Just look at the picture. Okay, see, totally here we have one arch system which is made with 3 sub arches. Okay, first, second, and third one. This is the total arch system which is made with 3 sub arches. Okay, and here how many number of supports we have here? Total number of supports for the arches, for the whole arch system. Totally, we have 4 supports. Okay, so these two are the end supports. Okay, just look at the figure. Totally, we have 4 supports for this arch system, and these two are the end supports. Okay, these end supports are known as abutments. Okay, and these two, the remaining 2 supports are known as intermediate supports. Keep it in mind how piers are different from abutments. Okay, abutments are the end supports for an arch. Okay, end supports for an arch are known as abutments, and intermediate supports for an arch are known as piers. Is it clear? So here totally we have 4 number of supports for this whole arch system. Okay, and these two are the end supports. These end supports are known as abutments, and remaining supports are known as intermediate supports. Okay, these piers are located within the abutments. Okay, within the span of abutments. Okay, is it clear? Any doubts on these two, piers and abutments? This is the whole arch system which is made with 4 number of supports. 2 are the end supports and 2 are the intermediate supports. And these 2 intermediate supports are known as piers, and these 2 end supports are known as abutments. Okay. Then coming to the next one, next part of an arch, that is span. Okay, what is span? It is the clear horizontal distance between the supports. Okay, clear horizontal distance between the supports, that is known as span. Okay, so coming to the figure, the first figure. Just look at the diagram. Okay, see. So this is known as span. Okay, length of opening. Okay, here the length of opening is nothing but span. Okay, this is the opening. So this is This is the opening. So length of this opening is known as span or clear horizontal distance between the supports. For this arch, okay, for this arch, these two are the supports. Okay, these two are the abutments. These two are the end supports. These two end supports are known as abutments. Okay, the clear horizontal distance between the support of an arch is known as span. Okay, this is the clear horizontal distance between the supports. Okay, these two are the supports. These two supports are known as abutments because these two are the end supports for this arch. Okay, hence the name abutments. Okay, and this distance between these two supports is known as span or length. The span is nothing, in simple words, the span is nothing but length of opening. So this is the opening. So this length is known as span. Okay, is it clear? Then here one more we have, that is span. Okay, this one, the center to center distance between the abutment. Okay, the center to center distance between the abutment or support is known as span. This type of span is known as effective span. Okay, effective span. There is a difference between effective span and clear span. Clear span is the horizontal distance between the supports. Okay, that is known as the clear horizontal distance between the supports, that is known as that is known as span, clear span. Then the distance between the center to center distance between the supports, that one is known as effective span. Okay, effective span, clear span. Clear span is the clear horizontal distance between the supports. Okay, and this effective span is the perpendicular center to center distance between the two supports. Okay, this is the center. So this is the center of this support and this is the center of this support. Okay, distance between these two known as effective span. It may be, the span may be effective span or clear span. Keep it in mind, clear span means just clear horizontal distance between the supports. That is length of opening is known as clear span. Then effective span means that is the center to center horizontal distance between the two supports. Okay, center to center horizontal distance between the two supports of an arch is known as effective span. Clear? The span may be clear span or effective span. Okay, next coming to the next definition or part of an arch, that is rise. Okay, what is the meaning of rise here? This is the clear vertical distance between the highest point on the intrados and springing line. Okay, I am repeating one more time. This rise is the clear vertical distance between the highest point on the intrados and the springing line. Before defining this rise, first we must know the meaning of springing line. Okay, so before defining the rise, we must know the meaning of springing line. Just coming to the figure. Okay, yes, this is the springing line. Okay, all of you look here. This is the springing line. Okay, this dotted horizontal line is known as springing line. Okay, then what is the definition of this springing line? The springing line is the imaginary line which is joining springing points on either side. Okay, this is the imaginary line joining springing points on both the sides. Okay, these two are the springing points, and this dotted line is joining these two springing points. Okay, so that dotted line is known as springing line. Okay, is it clear? Springing line is the imaginary line which is connecting the springing points on both the sides. Okay, that is known as springing line. Okay. Please mute the mic. Please mute the mic. Okay. Okay, fine. See, this is the springing line here. Okay, this springing line is the imaginary line which is connecting springing points on both the sides. Okay, these two are the springing points, and this imaginary line connecting these two springing points. Okay, this imaginary line is known as springing line. Okay, is it clear? Now coming to the definition of rise. Okay. Okay, see, rise is the clear vertical distance between the highest point on the intradose and the springing line. Okay, rise is the clear vertical distance between the highest point on the intradose and the springing line. Coming to the figure. Okay, just okay. What is the definition of rise? This is the rise. Clear vertical distance between the highest point on the intradose and the springing line. This is the springing line, which is joining springing points on both the points, which is joining springing points on both the sides. Okay, and this is the highest point on the intradose. What is intradose? Intradose is the inner curve of an arch. Okay, this is the inner curve of an arch. This one is known as intradose, and the highest point or maximum point. So this is the highest point